Take a look at a map of the United States. Draw a line 100 miles inland from every coast and every border. What you're looking at is the Constitution-free zone, a place where the Department of Homeland Security has the power to stop, search, and detain without a warrant. But there's a glitch in the map. A spike that reaches deep into the heart of the Appalachian Mountains. Harpers Ferry, West Virginia. 60 miles from the ocean. It's hundreds of miles from the Canadian or Mexican borders. Yet, it houses one of the most high-tech, restricted DHS facilities in the world. The official story? It's a training center for customs and border protection. The real story? They aren't training for the border. They're reusing the border as a legal shield to hide a weapon that targets your mind through the very water you drink. Welcome back to Broken Shield. Today, we're going subsurface. Harpers Ferry is a place of blood. It's where John Brown's raid sparked the Civil War. It's a place where the Potomac and the Shenandoah rivers collide with violent force. But it's not just history, it's geology. The ground beneath the DHS Advanced Training Center is unique. It's composed of karst limestone, a porous, honeycombed rock structure filled with massive, unexplored subterranean caverns. In acoustics, this is what we call a resonance chamber. In the 1950s, the military began experimenting with UL frequency waves. They found that if you pulse a specific frequency through limestone, the rock doesn't just vibrate, it amplifies. Why build a training center here? Because you can't hide a massive radio tower. People see those, but you can hide a subterranean transducer array. If you inject a signal into the confluence of two major rivers, that signal doesn't stay in West Virginia. It follows the water. It follows the pipes. It follows the flow directly into the taps of the most powerful city on Earth. Washington, D.C., last month, a source reached out to Broken Shield. We'll call him CH. He was a private contractor hired for electrical infrastructure maintenance at the Harpers Ferry site. He thought he was fixing light fixtures. He was wrong. This is what CH had to say.
The job was simple on paper, but the deeper we went into the lower range, the weirder the equipment got. These weren't standard breakers. They were massive, liquid-cooled coils, and the sound, you didn't hear it with your ears. You felt it in your molars, a rhythmic thud click hiss, like the earth was trying to breathe but couldn't quite get the air out.
Shay describes something the government calls Project Blue Noise. Key saw agents not in tactical gear, but in lab coats monitoring resonance maps. I asked a guard why we were shielding the floor with lead plating. He told me to keep my eyes on the wiring. But I saw the monitor. It was a map of the DC metro area. There were ripples coming off the river. Wherever the ripples turned red, the news that night would report a random spike in civil unrest or a localized panic attack at a transit hub. They weren't training agents. They were tuning us. Let's look at the downstream effect. The Potomac River flows from Harpers Ferry straight through the heart of the capital. The siren frequency isn't a mind control beam like in the movies. It's more subtle. It's Neuro-Acoustic Leveling. By keeping a constant subaudible hum in the water supply, the government can effectively lower the collective boiling point of a population. Notice the correlation. When the river is high, the siren is at full power. The population is sluggish, compliant, and tired. When the river is low, the signal weakens. That is when you see the protests. That is when you see the uprisings. The DHS Training Center isn't there to stop people from crossing the border. It's there to keep the people inside the border from waking up. They are using the 100-mile constitutional free zone. As a literal shield for their frequency generators, they think we aren't paying attention. They think that because it's underground, it's invisible. But we've been tracking the hum. Broken Shield has deployed 3 independent acoustic sensors along the Potomac. In the last 48 hours, as the DHS facility began its spring tactical intensive, our sensors recorded a massive spike in the 7 Hz range. That's the infrasound frequency known to cause feelings of dread, sorrow, and confusion in humans. They are firing the siren right now. If you live in the tri-state area and you've felt an inexplicable sense of doom this week, if you've had headaches that won't go away, you aren't sick. You're being targeted. Harpers Ferry is a beautiful place. It's a national park. It's a piece of our history. But behind the fences of the Advanced Training Center, it's the front line of a war you didn't know you were fighting. The shield is supposed to protect us. But when the shield starts broadcasting into your brain, it's time to break it. Check your local water reports. Listen for the hum, and if you see something near this training center that doesn't look like training, send us the footage. The truth is only hidden until someone turns on the lights. This is Broken Shield. Stay alert. Stay loud.